All right, folks, we're approaching the end of our little journey on the Slate Heritage Trail, and we are now coming into Slatington itself. Actually, this would be Slatington on the other side of Trout Creek. It's all Slatington proper over there. Remember that we are on the former Lehigh Valley Railroad Slatedale branch, and to prove that point, we still have rails in the ground here. So I thought that was really, really cool to see. I don't know if this was double tracked. I don't know if these were the only set of rails. I gotta think, because we're coming up on a junction in Slatington, there was probably a couple sets of rails right through here. But as you can see, plain as day, we still have Lehigh Valley Railroad trackage along the Slate Heritage Trail, former Slatedale branch of the Lehigh Valley Railroad, built in 1870, abandoned sometime in the 60s, I believe. And we've got a little bit more rail here. And then there's an old bridge abutment up here too that I am clueless as to what purpose it may or may not have served. Another piece of rail right there. As you can see, we've got, so this is the Lehigh Valley Railroad main line over there, where it's where we're going to go wrap up. But we are standing on on the other side of that bridge abutment there. We'll get a look at it from this bridge in a second. Now, I'm not familiar with the layout of this area, but there were a lot of railroads through here at one time, including the Lehigh New England, Lehigh Valley Railroad main line right here. And I think the Reading was up here also, but I'm not 100% sure about that. But the Slatington area was a rather important junction at one point for railroading. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh, very sorry. All right, so we're going to continue walking. Now this, again, this is all Slatedale branch of the Lehigh Valley Railroad, and then it would have continued this way to merge with the main line of the Lehigh Valley Railroad. Good morning. Okay, so now we are on the main line of the Lehigh Valley Railroad, which is now the D&L Rail Trail, and this, if you continue southeast, will take you to Allentown, and if you continue north on this, it'll take you up to Jim Thorpe. Oh, sorry, I got a bug in my throat, I think. I don't know if you can make it out, but that's that little bridge abutment we were just standing on a minute ago. And, you know, not only were the railroads that I mentioned in this area, the Lehigh New England, possibly the Reading, Lehigh Valley, but across the river was the Lehigh Navigation and Coal Company, or the Lehigh Canal, as well as their railroad, which was, I believe, the Lehigh and Susquehanna, but then they leased that to the Central Railroad of New Jersey. So you had the Central Railroad of New Jersey across the street, or across the river. We got an old Lehigh Valley Railroad concrete bridge here. Last time I was down here, I stepped in dog poop. Hopefully I can avoid that this time. And then we still have some stone too, to go with the original build, I would assume. It's pretty neat. Big hunks of steel. So it looks like you got a steel, I believe that's what, a steel girder with concrete on top of it. I don't know. You'd think all the bridges I look at, I would know what proper terms are. No date stamp on this one that I can see. And then you've got original stone abutment over there. And this is where the Trout Creek meets the Lehigh River. Like I said, on the other side of the river is the canal, and what was the Central Railroad of New Jersey. We can get a better look at that abutment that we were standing on. It's pretty cool. Okay. Let's see if I can get you a better look at her. Yeah, no date stamp on this side either, unfortunately. I'm honestly not familiar with a lot of Lehigh Valley Railroad bridges, and as to where they would have put their stamps and what pattern they would have used. I know the Reading uses a diamond pattern, and they're in every bridge that the Reading put up. So we got some old stone abutments here as well. Probably there could have been all kinds of trackage through here in the early days of the railroad. And then as time went by, you know, trackage was less and less. So really not sure of the layout of the land. But nonetheless, that was the Slate Heritage Trail. So I'm going to try to head back to Slate Dale now. And, oh, you know what? There's something else I wanted to mention that I thought was interesting. In 1956, the Federal Highway Act was passed, and that actually greatly hurt the slate industry. Not directly, but indirectly, because the Federal Highway Act hurt the railroads and slowly began to put the railroads out of business. Trucks can't haul slate, not the way that railroads can. The railroads and the slate industry were very crucial for each other because you needed serious power to haul the slate. It was just that heavy. So with the enactment of the Federal Highway Act, it in a way hamstringed the slate industry. And I mean, the slate industry was already in decline, but that definitely did not help things, because now the railroads are fighting for their lives in the 60s. And it looks like the slate industry was one of those casualties. Here we are, topside. Good look at it. Would have had railings here at one point. Good morning. Okay. All right, so like I said, I'm going to head back to Slatedale and see if I can capture that little culvert that I had my eye on. And then tomorrow, Reading and Northern's running their Valentine's Day trains. So we're going to do some Sunday videos too. We're going to chase some trains and maybe check out some Lehigh and New England rail-related stuff. So I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Have a great day.